Hello. Hi, everybody. So let's mute everybody. Okay, welcome. This is the fifth night of the leadership series. We're going to do 6 altogether because then I go to the United States. I still can do one from there, but I might put some other people in charge of this call while I'm away and just give some other people a chance to show their leadership and do the call themselves. So not everybody's muting. I'm not sure why I have everybody muted. So if you see that you're not on mute, mute yourself so we only don't have the background noise. So we're going to go right into the oils, and I'm going from this book through for all the series, the Emotions and Essential Oils book. If you don't have it, you can reach out to me and see how you can get it. It's on Aromatouch. They're only shipping you to the United States, though, so you kind of have to get somebody that's making that journey and bringing it back to you. And what I like about this book, I call it like the tarot book, the tarot card book of essential oils. I open it up and see what oil do I want to learn about today. So tonight I was like, what oil should I talk about? So I opened it up, and the first one that came up was the massage blend. So that's called the Aromatouch, which I think is appropriate because I'm going to be doing an Aromatouch in Tel Aviv at Frith's house. Sold out event. There's 10 of us. And this was the blend that was originally, it was the first oil made by Doterra. It was a blend, and it was the Aromatouch blend, and it was the first oil made by Doterra. It's cypress, peppermint, marjoram, basil, grapefruit, and lemon. And this oil is totally underrated. It's so amazing. It's so refreshing. Amazing. In the so I have several stories that I want to share about it. A friend, my colleague, Michaela, talked about how she was, I think it was mosquito bites that she was having. And the first, she just was, her legs were just driving her crazy. She knows that lavender and some of the other oils are better for bringing down that the histamine when your legs are burning. But, someone just said they can't hear. Can everybody hear me? Frith, can you hear me now? Everybody have everybody on mute, but I am not mute. I am not on mute. Anybody else? Let me know if you can hear me. Somebody give me a sign that you can hear me. Okay, Ingrid, thanks. Great, Yael, you can hear me. Ingrid, you can hear me. It was off for a bit. I'll keep the mic by my mouth. My hands always are moving, so sometimes it can knock things out of place. So the Aromatouch oil. So we said what was in it. So I'm going to read from this book. It's the oil of relaxation. So it assists the body in calming down, relaxing, and releasing physical tension. On an emotional level, this blend allows for individuals to let go of the stiffness of the heart and the mind and open you up to more flexibility and openness in the heart and in the mind. This blend is soothing to both the body and the mind and offers a comfort in times of grief and sorrow. Most people think of this oil as an oil for body work or massage. Yes, for sure, when you're getting body work done, take this to your massage therapist. Great way to get them involved and say, please, can you use this oil in my massage? This oil helps to regulate breathing, slow it down, and deepen it. So amazing to breathe before a yoga work, before exercising or your yoga routine. And when your body relaxes, the mind relaxes. As the muscles release their tension, the heart can open and reopen to life. Circulation is enhanced from this blend because of the cypress, the grapefruit, the lavender, the basil. All those are like helpful for getting the circulation going in the body, respiratory circulation and blood circulation and nervous system circulation. So ultimately, this gift, the Aromatouch gift, is the ability, it allows the body the ability to relax, open, and move into harmony once more with how the body, like the homeostasis that the body really seeks. So that is the Aromatouch. So how to use it? People are welcome to share a story. Like I was saying with Michaela, she was using it for mosquito bites because it was the first blend that she just grabbed and put it on her legs. And she said that it immediately relieved the itching and the histamine response in the legs. That's probably because of the lavender that's in there, possibly also the peppermint. But it created a numbing effect in her body as well. And then I know that when I was pregnant, and there's times even after a hard day of yoga when my hips kind of ache, even when I'm sleeping. And so I have the Aromatouch by my bed, and I put a little bit on my hips, and it definitely, there's a numbing effect, and it relieves any of the achiness. I almost prefer this blend over the deep blue or the past tense. Those are great oils too, but the first one that I've been reaching for lately is the Aromatouch when I have any type of tension or muscle fatigue or muscle pain. So that's the Aromatouch, and it was the first oil ever made and first blend ever made by doTERRA. So that's the Aromatouch. Then the other oil that in my book, when I just flipped through the pages and said, what oil is going to open up to me? And it was Geranium. So Geranium, it seems like in doTERRA people, there's like a theme for the month. And we were just at a big workshop, and people were really asking to smell geranium. And now geranium, when you smell it straight from the bottle, wow, it's really, really strong. It's one of those oils that, like, at first you may not like it. So drop it onto the hand or the arm and smell it as it blends into your body. And then the aroma really changes. So geranium often is used as a cheaper rose. So when they're trying to mimic the smell of rose, they use geranium. So it's like the sister oil to rose. Not necessarily a cheap oil, but less expensive than rose. So when people are trying to mimic the smell of rose in their cosmetic line or in their perfumes, they use geranium. So there's a doctor at the conference in London. Her name is, I'm forgetting her name, but her code name on Facebook is Essential GP. So Essential General Practitioner. And she loved geranium. And when she first got involved with doTERRA, she started with the Home Essentials kit, I believe. And then she was excited for her next order to be the geranium. And it came, and she opened it up, and she said her first reaction was like, ugh, what is that? This is bad. This geranium has gone bad. And she called her wellness advocate that signed her up, and she said, I don't know what's going on, but the geranium is bad. It smells horrible. So her wellness advocate said, okay, I'm going to come over with my geranium and let's compare. I'm so surprised that it's bad. Come to find out, it was just because it's so strong and she's never really smelled an official pure geranium. It was just, it wasn't bad. It was just that the geranium full scent in the bottle is very strong and sometimes doesn't react so well with people the first time. But when she dropped it in her bath, which I just thought sounded beautiful, putting geranium in your bath, amazing. When she put it in her bath, that's when she really understood that this is the geranium that she loves. This is the pure, amazing geranium that she loves. So when people are interested in geranium, put it in the diffuser for them. Tell them to put it on in a bath. Tell them to put it on their arms. Give them a little sample to go home with and tell them to put it in the bath, because when you first smell it pure from the bottle, it is very strong and people's first reaction isn't always positive. So let's read about geranium. The oil of love and trust. Geranium restores confidence in the innate goodness of others and in the world. It facilitates trust, especially when an individual has lost trust in others due to difficult circumstances or difficult relationships. It also assists in reestablishing a strong bond to one's mother and father when there's been a loss of trust in those relationships. It encourages emotional honesty, love, and forgiveness, and it fosters receptivity to human love and connection. So what's the theme for geranium? Just opening you up to more love and trust with yourself and with others. It aids in healing a broken heart. It encourages emotional honesty by helping to let the emergence of past grief or pain be released and no longer suppressed, if that's going on. It softens anger and assists with healing emotional wounds. Wow. Why am I not using geranium every day? It assists in reopening the heart so that love may flow freely. It's called the emotional healer. Geranium, amazing. So the positive properties that it, oops, I'm getting feedback from somebody. Make sure you guys are all on mute. I muted everybody, but thank you, Ingrid. Robin Fassett is the emotional GP that loves essential oils, and then had that first, or uses essential oils in her general practice. And well, I'm getting somebody's major feedback from somebody. I have everybody muted except for Rivka Elfstein. Can you mute yourself? I don't know why it's not muting you for me. And yet, yours isn't muting either, Navo. Okay, you guys are all muted now. Great. And the question was, where can I get this book? So aromatools.com, and there might be people on the group that it's only selling in the United States. You got to get somebody to bring it from there. Or there might be somebody, I have one. I have one. So yeah, I'll reach out to me. I know you're connected with Efrat, so I can get it to her. Or send me a personal message and we'll get you one. So back to geranium. It's a gentle oil, perfect for babies and children. It nurtures the inner child and supports. It supports just, one way that I use geranium with one of my babies is my second daughter, Hannah Rose. She had serious cradle cap, and I had read how geranium was amazing for releasing that cradle cap and getting rid of that naturally, because I did feel like it was bothering her. It caused her frustration and irritation because it's itchy and it can be painful, and they're little babies. They can't reach up there and scratch their scalp. So I just added it with coconut oil and massaged it on her scalp, and it did get rid of the cradle cap in like a couple weeks. It just softly sloughed off the head. And I know I have other mothers who've had cradle cap that insisted on not using anything, which is their choice. It does last so long. It can last a long time on the little baby's head, and it can be very irritating and uncomfortable for them. So lastly, with geranium, what it helps with is it helps create positive properties of emotional healing, increasing your trust for others, yourself, the world. It helps you to let go of suppressed grief, allowing for more forgiveness and gentle, loving, tolerance, and open heart. So that's geranium. So I was only going to do 2 oils today, but then right before the call, someone was asking me about sandalwood, and I had put sandalwood on today. And so I just thought, wow, there's a little bit of a indication that I should talk about sandalwood. because I just got 2 hits on it that it came into my life twice today. So sandalwood. I love sandalwood. It's one of my favorite sandalwoods. So this is the sandalwood. There's 2 sandalwoods by doTERRA, one from Hawaii and one from India. This one is the one from India. Oh gosh, so this oil is called the oil of sacred devotion. I'm going to just put a little bit on so I can smell it throughout the call. Dabbing it on my hand. So sandalwood assists with all kinds of prayer and meditation and spiritual worship. It teaches reverence and respect for the universe and for our God, our deity, who it is that we're praying to. This oil has been used since ancient times in all religions and is very powerful for the ability to calm the mind, still the heart, and prepare the spirit to commune with God. Sandalwood teaches of spiritual devotion and spiritual sacrifice. It invites the individual to place all material attachments on the altar of sacrifice so that they may truly progress spiritually. This oil asks individuals to assess where their hearts are and challenges them to reorder their priorities to be in alignment with the divine. Sandalwood assists us in quieting our minds so that we as individuals hear that subtle voice of wisdom, that subtle voice of the spirit that is within us. Sandalwood assists one in reaching beyond our current confines and belief systems. For those who are ready to leave behind attachment and need for acceptance, sandalwood teaches us true humility, devotion, and love for the divine. So the positive properties that sandalwood helps us to enlarge in ourselves is humility, spiritual devotion, spiritual clarity, stillness, surrendering to our higher consciousness. Amazing. I love sandalwood. So just a story that I want to share with you on sandalwood is that a beautiful woman today was asking guidance on how to use her free points because she's buying the sandalwood for her daughter. I thought that was so touching and so sweet, and what a gift to be given that sandalwood, and what a gift to be in doTERRA, where when we make our loyalty rewards order, we're given points, and we can use those points for free products that maybe we wouldn't normally give ourselves, or maybe we wouldn't gift other people. And like gifting yourself sandalwood or gifting someone that you love sandalwood, what an amazing benefit that we have when we work with doTERRA and we're part of the loyalty rewards program. I just think I have been with the company for a long time, and I remember when I first started and I would accumulate those free product points, I would buy people gifts of the oils, and a lot of those people joined doTERRA because of that gift. I remember giving a sweet couple of mine that really were not willing or ready to spend money on the oils. I gifted them Whisper as a present, and they joined within, I think, a month of me giving them that gift because they thought it was so generous of me to give them up this whole oil, which they were wanted but didn't want to spend the money on, and I gave it to them and I told them, well, I get these free points, and I got the Whisper for you with those free points, so I didn't pay for it, and it's a gift for you. And they just thought that was amazing, and they joined and have been with doTERRA ever since. So share that with people. Buy people gifts with your points and give it to them. It's such a generous way to share. So tonight we're going to go over how to personalize your business and really build it according to you. And so there's many ways that you build your business, and I'm going to share the screen for a little bit and then mostly talk. We're shortening this phone call. It's not going to be an hour because I want to make it 45 minutes. But let me share the screen real quick. And I'm going to bring up the share brochure. This is this is the new one. That's not this is, you can download it from your doTERRA tools, but it's not in our welcome packs yet. It will be soon. I'll find out when that is. So there are many ways that you can share doTERRA. So let's make a list of those ways. There's one-on-ones, meeting for people one-on-one over tea or coffee. That's my preferred way. I love that way. There's giving classes. So there's the formula of class in the box, which is that sheet that we've shared many times on this phone call. And if you're just getting on for the first time and still familiarizing yourself with everything, send me a WhatsApp and I can, or an email, and I can send you the class in the box brochure. That's something that you can do in a one-on-one, or you can do it in a group class. There's personalizing every workshop, where it's a do-it-yourself workshop, making a sunscreen or making a deodorant or making a toothpaste, and you can go online and find all the ingredients for that through Google it, doTERRA sunscreen, doTERRA deodorant, doTERRA toothpaste. You'll find the recipes for that. But my point to you is, with workshops, what's very important is that there's some kind of kavua to it. Like you're saying, okay, every other Tuesday at 7 o'clock at my house is a workshop, and then you create the topics. And then you also have those one-on-ones throughout the week, but then you always have those dates in your calendar of when you're going to offer those workshops, those continuing education, because this is a lifestyle, and you're teaching people how to use the oils, how to use the products. And when you're creating that community in those classes that they can come and learn, then they're more likely to continue their monthly orders and make these purchases for their life. Other types of workshops is I'm in Tel Aviv doing the Aromatouch technique workshop, where you learn how to give the Aromatouch technique. Well, that's a great way to share the oils with people. Offer it for just what it costs you for the oils, 30 shekels, 50 shekels. Say you're telling people you're practicing it and you want to give them a treatment. And the first 10 treatments are 30 shekels just to cover your oils. But that's going to give people an experience of the oils. And then you can actually start to charge for those treatments, but then you're giving people an experience of the oils, and they're going to go away feeling amazing and wanting to continue to use those oils in their life. Another way to share the oils is just business workshops, which we'll do this. The last call of this series will go over, again, building doTERRA as a business and what it takes to do that, and teaching people that as your one-on-one, a little bit of product training and also teaching them the business. So that's another way that you can introduce doTERRA. So there's many ways that you can introduce doTERRA. So I'm going to go over just a little bit of the share brochure of how they suggest you do it. And then I'm going to tell you my mistakes that I've made in one-on-ones or classes and how not to do that. And so the share brochure, one-on-ones, here's their suggestions for one-on-ones. You've made it's always good to have a names list. Who are the people that you're wanting to share doTERRA with? Do you have a workshop already planned? Then you call that person and invite them to a workshop. If they can't make the workshop but they're interested, ask them if they want to meet for coffee, just the two of you, and smell oils, have tea or coffee, and learn about doTERRA. And you can tell them why you thought of them. You thought of them because they live a natural lifestyle. You thought of them because you really want them to experience these products because they're really changing the way you're living in the world and how you're taking care of your family. Or you thought of them because you are looking at this business model as something that you're putting time into, and it's something, and you are looking for partners that you want to do it with, and you thought of them as a partner because of their skills and talents that you really admire. And name what those are. People like to be complimented, and they feel honored when you're reaching out to them because you want to work with them because they're talented and skilled. So one-on-ones. If that person lives outside of your area, they recommend mailing them a sample of an oil that you think they would really like, and then seeing if they want to talk about it over a Zoom call or a phone call. People who are less available because they have a busy work schedule, see if they want to meet for lunch or an evening, early evening before they go home, glass of wine, and talk about the oils. Make it casual, make it fun. I found that in the beginning, one-on-ones were the best for me because those were where I really connected with my potential business prospects. And I see in this brochure, they're saying the same thing. This is a good place for you to really look for your potential business builders. Classes oftentimes are bringing customers to classes and not necessarily your builders necessarily. So how you prepare for these one-on-ones or these classes is, it's easy to prepare for one-on-ones. You just figure out your schedule with the person that you're interested in meeting with. And when they say they can meet with you, give them just a heads up. Okay, just confirming today that we're meeting today at 12 or at the beginning of the week. I'm so excited to meet with you this week. See you on Wednesday at 12. And then when Wednesday comes around, okay, looking forward, see you soon. That's the amount of reminders I give. Sometimes in the literature, you'll see that they're giving more reminders. I give a reminder of that week, for that week, at the beginning of the week. Okay, just putting my schedule together. I'm confirming that we're meeting Wednesday at 12. Then on Wednesday in the morning, see you soon, see you at 12 at blah, blah, blah. So here's the mistakes I've made in the past with one-on-ones. I've met people at their homes. Don't do it. Have them meet you. Have them meet you in a cafe or a public place, like kind of a professional place, or have them meet you at your home office. Because then that means they have to get dressed. They have to prepare themselves. They have to meet you. They have to make the effort. And right then and there, that already shows that they have some type of interest, commitment, reliability, accountability, because they're getting themselves up, dressed, ready, and prepared to meet you. So you've already crossed off some of the characteristics that you're looking for in a business partner and in a committed customer. So don't meet them in their house. And I'm just going to say that over again. Don't meet people in their house. Have them meet them in your house or out at a cafe. It already filters for you that they're more serious than if you're coming to their house and they're schlumpy in their pajamas, sitting on the couch. They're just not taking it seriously. And they're sweet and you care about them, but it maybe not be the best use of your time. So that's how I've learned from one-on-one. Meet them out at a place, have them get out to meet you. And then there's the two reminders of how to help them get there and be accountable for your time and their time. So now class presentation. So class presentation, this particular handout is saying like, again, I think this is US based, but I'll tell you what we found in Israel. They feel like, before we go into class presentations, let's just finish one-on-ones. Like, how do you start a one-on-one? Another mistake that I've made in one-on-ones is that when you're calling somebody, are you calling to meet them as a friend to catch up? Or are you calling to meet them to talk to them about doTERRA? And be very clear about that. Because if you're putting the two together and you're not so clear about it, then either it becomes a very long meeting or you spend a lot of time catching up and talking personally, and then you don't talk about doTERRA and you walk away going, oh gosh, I didn't even talk about doTERRA. So be clear on it. If you're meeting with them for the first time and it's been a while and you haven't caught up with them, use that time to just be genuine and be their friend and get caught up with them. doTERRA will come up, and then schedule another time to talk about doTERRA. But if you're caught up with them and you've been thinking about it and you want to go direct for a doTERRA meeting, tell them that I'm calling you because I'm working with this company. I thought of you because of this and because of these great skills that you have, and I really want to sit down and meet with you about it. Are you interested in meeting? Then they know that is why you're meeting. It's, yes, you're going to have some catch up in the beginning, but then they'll be happy for you to be clear and go right into Doterra and the reason why you're meeting. So do that. Don't be muddly about, oh, well, let's just catch up and meet and say hi. And then I might talk to you about Doterra. Don't do it that way. Be clear why you're meeting so that you're clear and they don't feel like, oh, she just met with me to talk about Doterra. If it takes 2 meetings, let it be 2 meetings. That's what this work is about. Relationship, long-term relationship, and making sure everybody feels good. So share your story always, like, why did you get into Doterra? What are some of the experiences that you've had with Doterra as far as the product's concerned? And then if you're clear that this is also a business meeting, why you're involved in the business and how it's benefited you. And then, you know, right at the end of that one-on-one, just really talk to them about what it means to get started. Here's the kits. Here's the lower end kits. Here's the higher end kits. Really, it's about getting started with the products. Are they ready to get started now, or do they need more time? Can you give them a sample if they're needing more time so that they can walk away with a sample of the oils and start really experiencing it? Because I feel like a sample and giving a little bit of an oil to them, the oil does the work for you. And I've made the mistake, I still make the mistakes where I forget to give samples and I walk away and just left them with a bunch of heady information and pamphlets. And it's like, I didn't leave them with an oil. And the oil does the work, so always leave them with an oil. And then you need to follow up with them in a couple of days. They say 48 hours. I agree, the same week. How's that? Did you use the oil for what we talked about? How's it going for you? Did you look at the business model? Do you want to talk about it more? What about what kits were interesting to you? Do you have any questions? And I just always ask people, how do you want to proceed? How would you like to proceed? Do you need more time? Do you need more information? Or can I help you proceed and decide on a kit so that you can get started? And so just ask permission on how you can help the person move forward in their decision. So that's one-on-one. So there's going to be some similarities to classes. Classes are the same thing. Like, you have some class planned. And Doterra recommends, and I think that works well here in Israel. They recommend Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. You know why they don't recommend Mondays? Because that's their first day of the week. I think Mondays are good for us in Israel because the first day of the week is Sunday. Sundays generally aren't so great in the evening. People are still kind of in their relaxed Shabbat mode. But Mondays are a good time to have workshops. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I find in Israel are the good times to have workshops. Thursdays, people are either ready to party or they're getting ready for Shabbat. And the recommendation for Doterra, and I feel that's a good recommendation, invite 10 to 12 people and expect half of them to come. And that's okay, because then that other half that didn't come, you can invite to the next one. But as we know in the Torah, when 3 gather in my name, God will be there. So if there's at least 3 people there, it's going to be a good workshop. And then it's a little more boutique-y, and you can really focus on people's needs. But statistically in Europe, 3 to 5 people at a workshop gives you a really good sign-up rate, because it's smaller, it's more boutique, people get their needs met, it's more personalized, and oftentimes they will enroll with an enrollment kit and even possibly a business builder, because it was smaller and they can really get their their questions answered, and they feel like they have this like small one-on-one time with you. So I don't recommend getting much bigger than that, because then there's going to be a lot of people walking out with free information and not necessarily doing anything with it. But if you have good follow-through skills and follow up with them, then bigger is okay, and you'll just make sure you have a sign-up list they sign up at the workshop, and you'll follow up with them. So keep your classes short. Don't go over 45 minutes in your education. Leave the last 15 minutes for questions, and then go around for the next 15 minutes talking to people about what oils interested them and what are some of the needs that they have, and how can you match an oil to it. And as I've told people over and over again, match the oils from the Family Essentials Kit or the Home Essentials Kit. So you can really show them that that starter kit is a great way to get started, and it will meet most of their needs in the beginning. And then they can get more specific, more unique, and more of the complicated oils later on. And then just show them, this is how you get started. Wholesale account, Wellness Advocate account, it's all included in the kit. You know, we'll have a one-on-one after you get your kit and go over all the oils for you and your family's needs. And it's really just the smartest way to get started. And so leave that time at the end. It's so important to go at the end of a class, to go around, make sure you have your downline with you or someone there that can assist in sitting with each person and asking what oils they were interested in and how you can connect it to their personal family health needs, because that's going to really help people to make that commitment and get those kits at the end. Don't go crazy with the snacks at these workshops, like water with oils in it and a little bit of nuts and something, because you want to do this kavua. So if it's a lot of work for you, then you're not going to want to do it. So just a little bit of nosh out there, maybe something that has the oils in it, and like a salsa with cilantro in it, or guacamole with lime in it, or water with grapefruit, like, so that you can put the oils in the food and the refreshments. And then make sure you have the correct paperwork, the handouts, so that everybody can have the handouts and make notes. The price list and the enrollment kits are all really important. So that's the Class in the Box handout. The Class in the Box handout has the handout, the price list, the enrollment kits, and the sign-up sheet. And if you don't have that, ask your upline to get it to you, because it's available to us. So that is a class. So ideal timeline for like following up with people is, again, you have kavua classes. So throughout your weeks, when you're sharing and talking with people, you can invite them to those classes. Then make a list of those people that you've contacted and are interested in coming. When they've confirmed they're coming that week, just remind them, and then that day, remind them that they're coming. Then once they leave, if they signed up, great. They'll contact you when their oils come. You make a one-on-one with them to go over their oils and do membership overview with them when they have their oils. Membership overview we covered in a previous video, so watch that. If they didn't sign up at the class, then you want to follow up with them in the next day or two. It can be 24 to 48 hours to say, how do you enjoy the class? If they took an oil with them, did they start using it? What did they think? And if they're open for you helping them to go over the enrollment list and get started with the oils. So here's the exact language on page, what page is this? Page 7. The exact language when you're following up with the guests who didn't buy at the event. So they're saying within 48 hours. And let me make sure I have the right, that's a business builder. I just lost it. I saw it and I really liked it. I lost it. Okay, so it's in this flyer, and I can't find it right now for some reason, but it was just really saying like, how can I assist you to learn more about these enrollments? And are you open to me helping you start to use these oils? And always using that kind of language. Are you open to using these oils? Are you open to me teaching you about the enrollment kits and what would be the best one for you to get started? Do you have any questions for me? Oh, here it is. Would it be okay if I show you how to get started? I like that language. Would it be okay if I show you how to get started? I'm glad you were able to join us. So this is the script that they're using, and it's a good script. So after 48 hours, you're calling that person. Thanks for coming. I was so glad to see you there and that you were able to come. You had really great questions. What did you enjoy most about what you learned? Great question. Get them talking about what they enjoyed. How do you feel the oils could help you or your family, you and your family? Get them to create the answers, create their ideas. Which kit did you like the best? Which did you feel like fit your needs the most? Did the price value feel okay for you? Do you have any other questions about that kit or the oils for me? And would it be okay if I show you how to get started? Like, I want to start using this script exactly. It's so good, so authentic, so genuine, and really gets the point across. So that's a great way to follow up with that type of language with people that have come to an event and they didn't sign up then, or people that had signed up at a table that you were running, Ingrid. And, so that's great. So then once people join, once they get their oils, they're always like these 48 hours. Within 48 hours of them getting their oils, you schedule an appointment to go over their oils with them, either on a Zoom call or in person. How do they use your oils? How do they use their membership? So it's called Membership Overview. It's the Live brochure that they get in their packet. Go over that brochure with them. And that's how you get them started happily. Then you always ask them, are they interested in wellness advocacy and looking at the business side of doTERRA? If no, great. Keep them as a wholesale customer and they know how to make orders, and talk to them about the loyalty rewards program. If they're interested in the business, schedule at another time a business overview, and that's when you go over the build brochure and the share brochure that's in their welcome packet. Okay, so and then at the end of this, I'm not going to go over that. This is just the easy ways, the two structures of how to get paid. But so I'm opening it up. We're going to go for like 5 more minutes. I'm opening it up for anybody that has questions about sharing. Like, is it difficult for you? Is it easy for you? How's it been easy? What are some of the ways that you've been successful at sharing the products? What feels most comfortable for you? Yeah, did you have something to say?
Of course, Kara, I always have something to say. Hi, everybody. I have a question about following up by sending them our own personal page on the doTERRA back office and the videos that they have there as a way, sometimes we don't have a one-on-one or a chance to actually explain very much. Might meet a friend on the street or at the store and pull out an oil sample like you were saying last week about carrying 8 samples with a commitment to giving them out, and then maybe following up and saying, I'm going to send you a link, and then they can go and watch those 3 videos. What do you think about that as a strategy rather than doing the script or blah, 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 but just letting them go see some doTERRA professionally made videos introducing doTERRA to them? Have you found that to be good?
Yeah, that's good. I have a couple on the bottom of my email, and I think those are great videos to send to people. Because also, if they've watched them and then, and you'll say, okay, well, after you've watched them, just let me know, or I'll be in touch in a couple of days and see what you thought of the videos. Because if they watch them, again, that's qualifying them to say, okay, they're interested. They took that next step. They watched the video. They follow through with doing what they say they're going to do. Because those are the type of people that you want to attract into your business. And they're also the type of people that you want to attract as customers, because those are going to be like independent, self-learners, people that want to take this lifestyle seriously and don't need you to be their coach or their babysitter in making the changes that they're seeking with these products or this company.
Okay, thank you. I have a follow-up question. I just checked in with a downline of mine who I met about a year and a bit ago, and she enrolled and she got a kit and she's doing well. She doesn't have too much experience, so I mentioned to her about finding a leads tracker.
Oh,
I'm sorry, she doesn't have too much experience in network marketing. Do we have does anybody have any good online leads trackers, like an Excel spreadsheet that says, put in their name, put in their email, put in their phone number, what day did you meet them, what day did you call them and follow up, did you send them links, did they say they watched them, what samples did you give them? All that would be so useful in tracking a lot of leads. And then you could say, oh, I gave you that tea tree. Did you use it on your child? Or, did you use the lavender for that eye infection, blah, blah, blah.
right.
Does anybody have anything like that?
It's in one of the brochures. I'm sharing the sheet.
But online. I mean, a brochure is a scratch of paper, you fill it up, you throw it away. But like something that's really an Excel sheet that then you can mark, okay, they signed up on this date.
So if anybody does share it, because we're not going to share it now or share it on the business WhatsApp group if you have a leads tracker online. Okay.
Thank you.
Hannah Frazen just shared Edge Success makes something like that. It's a Daily Edge app. So you have to purchase it. It's called a Daily Edge app. So Google that, Yachad, and it's exactly that. I remember, Edge Success is really big on like the leads tracker and tracking your leads. They first were doing it all like in a notebook, and then it sounds like they switched to an app. So that it's a little bit more efficient, technically efficient.
Technically advanced. Thank you.
Technically advanced, technically efficient. Yeah.
Thank you, Hannah.
Okay, any other questions, you guys? So the take-home points, you guys, for creating the business that you want and really personalizing it for you is consistency is so important. So consistency. So the key ingredients and that's repeated over and over again by successful leaders in doTERRA is and I've seen it myself in Israel, and it's slightly different in America, but here it's kavua classes. So the workshops, at least 2 a month, have been incredibly successful for people, and I've seen their businesses grow when they're giving 2 workshops a month. And I've seen it done 2 ways. I had one stay-at-home mom that did 2 a month during the day, every Tuesday at 12 before pickup. And she had quite a bit of people attending because that was the niche that she was working with, stay-at-home moms with babies. I've had other people do 1 workshop in the evening and one workshop a month in the evening and 1 workshop a month in the morning to grab both crowds that can come to either of those types of classes. And then in between those workshops, schedule one-on-ones. And so the one-on-ones that they're recommending is 2 to 3 a week. If you want your pipeline to grow faster, do more a week. And then any of the events that we're offering, my Aromatouches, my essential yoga classes, my Zoom calls, my Build doTERRA, get people on those. Get people to those. Even if you can't go there, call the person that's leading it and say, I can't come, but I'm sending somebody. Don't expect them to take care of them necessarily, but they're going to get the information, and then your guests can get back to you. Now, Ramat HaSharon, the office is offering 2 workshops a week, Sundays and Wednesdays. It's going to be Sundays and Wednesdays. They all start at 6, They're 2 hours long, 6 to 8. So get them there and just make sure that they say, I'm connected with Kara, I'm connected with Yahad, I'm connected with Hana when they go there. So they know that that person is connected to a leader and they're connected to a team. And so that's it, you guys. Have an amazing night. Next week will be the last one before I go to the United States. And it really is, I'm open to suggestions. I was going to do what are the skills that you need to have and what do your hours look like when you're building a doTERRA business. I'm open to doing that. It's called Build doTERRA. It's my Build doTERRA workshop. What are the traits and the skills that you need to adopt to really build this business? Or I can make it a Zoom call that's like we're giving the class for the first time to newbies, and you can get guests on the call. And so it would be a class in the box workshop, going over the oils and then going over a little bit of the LRP in the business. So I'm open to your guys' feedback. I just got a raised hand for that one. But let me know what you guys want. You can send me a WhatsApp. And, oh, I just got another yes, class in the box. Alrighty. Oh, also someone just said, what about how doing things online? Don't forget that part of your activities for sharing with people, social media, doing things online. That's your other thing. One-on-ones, workshops, social media, doing things online. Thank you guys so much.
Kara, I just posted a question. I don't know if it didn't go through, my dear. Can you, I don't know why it didn't go through.
No, when will we have the link on this call?
To replay?
So I've been able to upload them pretty quickly and get them. I'll get it on the WhatsApp group tonight, tomorrow morning at the latest, but probably tonight.
Okay, what if we want to go back to a bunch of calls ago? If somebody suddenly wakes up and
you just Google Kara Blattman.
Says, "Oh my gosh, I want to see
Kara Blattman YouTube channel," and all the calls are on there.
Okay, great, because I do
have
have
a
somebody
YouTube channel.
How exciting! Okay, and you won't be doing anything from America?
I'm either going to do it myself or I'm going to have guest speakers.
Okay, can I make a request that you give us the business training that you spoke of and let someone else do a class for newbies where newbies could get invited and we could really use your skills and expertise for stuff that you can give? Because I know there's some really great people on the team who can give a class for newbies, but personally, the inspiration to build is what a lot of us need from you.
Okay, yeah, no problem, because there's lots of people that can do class in the box. I think I'm going to ask Michaela to do class in the box. Last question from Denise. Hi, my lovely Denise. You feel that a few sample drops do make a change. Yeah, so those little dram bottles, I do like 5 drops in there. That's it. And I give somebody that, and it definitely, it's a great way to follow up. Okay, in a couple days, you're going to use it like this. In a couple days, I'm going to call you, see how it worked. That generally they love it, and it was only a few drops, so they need more. So then you can talk to them about how to get more. And then Leslie, how do you do things online? What does that mean about how do you do things online? Like I recommend everybody having a Facebook business page and post things. Leslie, yes. What's your question?
Yeah. More concerned. I'm getting response from people through Facebook and social media that are interested in finding out more. And it would mean doing online classes.
Right, so get on Zoom. It's free. Zoom is free. And then you guys
follow up afterwards with them.
Okay, so next week I'm going to talk about what it takes to build this business and how you train people or send them information. Because there's doterrauniversity.com has tons of videos, and it's a step-by-step guide on how you train people, and it's all brand new and it's amazing. It's on doterra.com, and then you go to the link advocates, and then it says doTERRA University. And I think everybody that's in doTERRA, train yourself again on that, and that's how you're going to train new people. All right, you guys have a wonderful. But I'll go
Kara,
over it
can
again
you
next.
please do that link? Can you please tell us that link again? You said doterrauniversity.com is what I heard, but then you said doterra.com/advocate. Help me out there. How to
So
find it?
it's doterra.com,
Okay.
and then under the link advocates,
Mm-hmm.
and then under advocates, it's Doterra University, and you're gonna follow.
Okay.
It's the live, share, build training, and you're going to follow every step of that live, build, share training. Okay, and that's what I'm sending all. Like, I'm having new advocates come on board with my team in Colorado, and I'm just sending them that stuff step by step. All right, you guys have a beautiful evening. My baby's waking up, so I have to go get her. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you.